What's up, lovely people of YouTube? Thanks for joining us once again. Last time the three of us were together, we were down under in Australia. We are now in Miami, Florida. A little hometown action for myself. Now actually officially hometown for Mr. Tola. Chandler is visiting for a nice 2-week chunk. We've got Wodapalooza coming up. This is a little Wodapalooza preview. Wanted to let you guys in on what we've been up to since down under. Tola, let's start with you. What's the last month looked like?
Just been at home in Maryland, enjoying the holidays with my family, and then last week took the big drive from Maryland down to Miami on Friday.
16 hours straight?
Yeah, big 16-hour day. Started moving in on Saturday, so it's gonna be a big few weeks for me with moving, trying to get set up, and then also competing this weekend. But really excited to be here, throw down this weekend, and then get to work for the season.
Amen. Chan, man, where have you been since down under?
I've been everywhere, went around the world, did a little bit of competing, did a little bit of doing sponsor and influencer stuff, but been locked in for the last couple weeks on getting the base ready for the season. Wodapalooza is the biggest event of the year, and I think we got some unfinished business to attend to, so been pretty just trying to get myself ready for that, and I feel like we're in a good spot.
Yeah, I think so. I think hopefully we learned a couple lessons from down under that we can put into play. I think that was definitely good practice run for us to get to know each other, develop kind of the team dynamic, figure out our flow. We had all of this week to work together with the Worm for the first time because we didn't have any of that in Australia. We've got a few of the events this weekend with the Worm. I'm excited. There's some solid teams. There's a lot of other dudes out there that are really high-level individual games athletes. I don't know if they'll end up working well together as a team. I feel like that's maybe where we do have an advantage, is that Tola's got a ton of team exposure. Chandler and I have done off-season team events together and separate for years. So hopefully that gives us the edge that we need to take down some of the big dogs. What are you guys thinking about the events as a whole? Favorites, thoughts in general?
I'm personally looking forward to Worm Fran. I'm a little sad that it's at the end of the weekend. I think it would be fun to kick off with. You know, you got a lot of teamwork in that, a lot of communication, which having that as a first workout kind of puts a lot of teams to the test, but definitely looking forward to that one. I love that complex. It's always been a favorite complex of mine. Just pull up, chest to bar muscle up.
Flows nicely.
Yeah, it's a nice one, and it's challenging the brain, trying to count the reps as well. So I'm looking forward to that one.
There's 6 events over the course of 2 days, so 3 per day. Not a crazy amount of volume, but there will be some tough ones. I think the grittiest one is going to be that waterfall one where you have to do some echo bike and then kettlebell step overs and snatches. The rest of them I think are a little less like yucky.
I think that swim one's going to be a doozy. I think that's the one I'm actually the most excited for, though, because you guys are both incredible swimmers, and
as are you.
Historically, I've risen to the occasion and done my best to keep up with the guys I'm swimming around, but it's a really long workout. There's a ton of burpees, a ton of worm repetitions, and the swim is always the little spice that Wodapalooza throws in, so it tests your ability of being a well-rounded athlete who's capable of doing something that you might not see at every CrossFit competition. But I'm really excited for how I think we're going to do in that one.
Yeah, I am excited for the Una Dos Trace workout because we had the opportunity to test that on Monday. It went okay, not perfect, so we made some changes to our strategy, retested it a few days later, and finished almost a minute and a half faster, and we were all pretty pumped about that. So I think having had the opportunity to test, adjust, retest, that'll be really cool to execute well on game day there. I think that was an opportunity that not a lot of other teams will have had. Like if we were doing it for the first time on game day, it might have gone the way that it did our first attempt. So the fact that we get to go out there with a little extra info is going to be good. All in all, go ahead.
I was saying, this point, might as well talk about the other 2 workouts.
Okay, yeah, what else we got? What have we missed?
We got the 5K run, which is also cool. I think we got some pretty good reps on
trail run.
We've seen the trail. We've ran together a little bit, and like that one's a fun one because it's scored individually, so everyone can like maximize their potential and feel good about what they did afterwards. I think that's a fun way to start the weekend. Like
Chandler's gonna lead us off. I'm gonna try to hang with him for as long as I can. Tola as well. We'll see.
Same,
Yep.
but to him.
And then the only other one that we haven't talked about is the sandbag send.
Oh yeah.
That one actually similar to what we were just saying, like having the opportunity to practice and figure out the little nuances of competing together. Yesterday, I feel like we got a ton of reps of practice on the bag and the way that we're going to transition it to each other, which if other teams didn't have the chance to figure out, we will have an edge on. So hopefully we can pull off the W. Every competition that we sign up for, we're doing it to win, but you never know how the weekend's going to go. I've been pretty intentional this week, I think, personally trying to shift my perspective from like being the pressurized, like have to win it, that's our only option thing, which I feel like maybe we went into Down Under in the mindset of, at least I know I was a little bit more of that, to this weekend. While yes, I think we're going to try our best to win, but also want to try to enjoy the experience, make it a positive experience for all of us, find the balance between being happy and enjoying competing, but also being hungry.
that's
and
what I always
competing
say.
hard.
I'm always trying to just be happy, but also hungry, like remain hungry at the same time.
That's
That's
cool,
kind of
man.
why it's like my calling card. A little bit.
Yeah.
I like that.
I'm definitely just trying to have a great time competing, but winning does happen to be the most fun, so might as well.
Yes. On that note, thank you guys for tuning in. We appreciate you always following along on the journey. This is going to be up right before the competition. We'll have another video recapping the competition at the end, hopefully celebrating an awesome weekend at Wodapalooza 2024. We'll see you then.